Ladies and gentlemen, contest number 2 is for 300 grams of boxing in the super middleweight division. Introducing to you firstly boxing out of the blue corner, wearing black shorts trimmed with red, and the weight scale of 11 stone, 8 pounds 6 ounces. Tonight is his 11th professional appearance in a boxing ring, presenting from Manchester, Josh Cook. And once again, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white shorts trimmed with a tab of blue, and the weight scale of 11 stone, 1 pound 9 ounces. From 2 contests, he has 2 wins, presenting from Warrington the undefeated Casey Brown. Timekeeper at the back is now reached the very fine referee charge of the action, Mr. Jimmy Fitzpatrick from Preston, England, there for 300 rounds.
Boom boom, shake the room. Bout number 3 of the night is a super lightweight bout between Casey Brown of Warrington, 2-0, Josh Cook of Manchester, 0-9.
Second out, round 1.
So Josh coming out the blue corner with young Joe Pennington sporting a lovely beard in the corner. Casey Brown, 100 plus amateur fights, fighting for the Phoenix Fire Boxing Club in Warrington.
Yeah, it's his 3rd fight, Casey Brown. Had his debut in 2021 against Danny Little, had a good win. He's just having a good look here at Josh Cook.
Nice little right over the top. Got Cook, who's having a little bit of a Josh Cook shuffle there. I prefer when the journeymen move a bit more.
Yeah.
To be honest with Tom.
Yeah,
just stood still.
Present a bit more of like a moving target,
yeah,
make the prospect think.
Correct, mate, instead of just swinging back.
Yeah.
I thought John Spencer did that first in that last fight. It was all nice. Josh offering a jab there, caught Stacey. Casey, sorry. I think I need not to go out on Friday next time.
First time seeing Casey, to be honest. He's sort of got a measured approach, hasn't he? He's having a good look, but I think sooner or later he's going to open up a little bit.
We'd like to think so, we hope so.
Working the body well and just getting his jab out, quite nice.
Yeah. Not quite as sharp as the lad in the last fight, if I'm right. I mean, for London's fights, you need that snap.
Yeah.
You know, to generate power. Just to be very quick. Power equals mass times acceleration. Boom, boom. You've got a degree. Well, mine and Dan's first night. We hope we're not boring you. So tonight there's 7 bouts on at Robin Park, and a couple dropped out, and quite a few people filling up around us.
Josh Cook there. Josh is just doing what he needs to do, just kind of sitting back on the ropes, and it's kind of down to Casey to try and open him up a little bit now.
Yeah.
Josh's experience, had 10 fights, only missed stopped once. He's been in with some decent kids. He's been in with Tom Rafferty, Paddy Lacey. Been in with some decent kids, and I think Casey just needs to mix it up a little bit and open him up a bit.
Yeah, but looking at Casey here, it's just more of a box and a power shot. It's one of his first 2 fights. No, it's not big.
Second out, round 2.
Boom boom, round 2.
So Lee, if you was in Casey's corner now as a trainer, and you've got an opponent there like Josh who's been quite negative on the back foot, do you try and get Casey to force the action and kind of go against his sort of natural game plan, or are you just happy for him to pick him off and pick up the points?
Good question. I don't think he's a power puncher, but it looks like he stepped the second round up a little bit.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I don't. It depends on what type of boxer Casey is. I think you've asked me a question. I don't really know much about him.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you knew your fighter, I think you can then tell him how to change. If of course you know that. Well, with me, I'd try and get him on the ropes. I'd try and step to the side and throw some mucks in there, and, you know, rather than standing in front of him all the time.
Yeah.
He's had 100 amateur fights, so he should know his way round a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do with fights like Casey. Like you say there, just change the angle a little bit. Don't come at him straight, because he's probably seen so many people coming at him straight. But Casey having a bit of success now, especially to the body.
Yeah. Like you say, just step to the side there and change the angles. You know, still, even there, still in front of him. You know, we're not trying to pull people apart. I'm just, you know, trying to see what we see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, very impressive so far, but just looking at how you could improve and obviously open Josh up a little bit.
Yeah, nice sustained attack. Josh coping now. Nice guard. Good lateral movement, head movement.
One thing I like about Casey is how relaxed he is. He's very, very relaxed in there, and you can tell he's got the experience. He's had the 100 fights because he's just nice and relaxed. He's just sort of picking his shots.
Totally agree. Cheeky little left up there by Josh. Give him a bit of an ear warmer, wake him up, let him know he's there. He said in the earlier bouts, Dan, he should be, even as a journeyman, he should be popping this jab out.
Yeah.
You know, at least offer him something. Deterrent, at least. As you just said that, he just started popping out.
He must have heard you.
Yeah, good coaching. Referee. Mr. Jamie Kirkpatrick from Preston. Nice shot there on the body by Casey. Would you say he's picking up a little bit here?
Yeah, I'd say so, and I think the fact he's had a long, extensive amateur career, it's going to take him a bit of time to kind of bed into the pros as well. I think that's sort of the process, isn't it? First 10 fights or so, he's just sort of bed into it. Nice right hand there.
Yeah, but we're saying that, and people do say that 10 fights. If he's had 100 amateur fights, he should be, you know, doing like someone doing, starting at a higher level. Not just Casey, I'm on about people that come from a pretty elite level amateur. Sorry about that. Boom, boom. Shake the room. Round 3. As I said, we just finished off, you know, carrying a good amateur experience over to the pros. I do think they should start at a higher level than fighting journeymen, because they fought tougher people towards the end of the, you know, you wouldn't get a fight against a journeyman when you're an elite amateur boxer. That's what I'm saying.
I think you've got a point there, Lee. I think you could probably find a fighter would sort of go backwards, maybe go a little bit stale, because like you say, they're fighting elite fighters that are there to win, and then they're fighting the journeymen, so you have to kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a step back, isn't it?
It's a step back and off, you know, there's no competition in it, you know, the kid isn't really coming to win.
Yeah.
And then you're just, you know, you're sometimes labouring a little bit, you know, blasting a burn. I mean, I'd say blast the journeyman out of it, that's what you should do. But you know, what's the point in 4 rounds against a journeyman who's not as good as your last 20 opponents when you're a good amateur? Or more. He's picking it up, like you're saying, he's showing a nice array of shots there, Dan. You know, he's got great combinations in there.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's a nice boxer. I think he mixes it from head to body nice. Like you said, good array of shots, and like how relaxed he is. I think he's a good fighter.
Yeah, certainly right. It's very composed too. Nice little left up to body. Josh just, taking him. But Casey's not really working hard though. He's not really putting him under pressure. With the power or the workload on.
I think it's fair to say as well with fighters like Josh, it's sometimes difficult because they're in survival mode.
Yeah.
They're not giving you anything to counter.
Agreed. That's left up to body.
Nice.
That's a decent thud. Just give him a little go. Casey's stayed very composed. A couple of good jabs there by Josh. Just let him know he's still here.
I mean, when you talk about journeyman, I think Josh knows his game, he knows what to do. He's got, like you say, young Joe Pennington in there. He's at a gym. They school him right. And I think you can tell in there, I think he knows what he's doing. He's just doing enough and he's not getting involved in a fight. And I think it's presenting a challenge to Casey.
Defending, yeah, maybe. Josh, no. Come back.
Second round to the fourth of the fight.
Boom boom, shake the room, round four. Fourth and final round, 4-3 between Waddington's Casey Brown and Manchester's Josh Cook. It's not been the most thrilling contest, John. To get the fans on the seats, I think, like you said, we need more excitement, more action. We should be trying to get Josh out of there, really. I mean, although Josh has been stopped once in 9 fights.
I think it's fair to say Casey's won all 3 rounds so far, so it's sort of job done, isn't it? But I think it's difficult for Casey because with Josh, like I say, he knows when to tie up. He's smart. He knows when to not get involved. But I think, like I say, Casey's took the first 3 rounds, so it's a kind of just case of get the win first and maybe try and step up in this last round and see if he can open it up a bit.
Yeah, he's winning runs comfortably. I say Josh, a great guard, good head movement, hands nice and tight and keeps his eyes constantly on Casey. Jab, he's not scored for a bit, nice little jab there. From our position, Dan. Casey snap back a little bit.
Yeah, I think Casey would benefit from an opponent that maybe comes to fight a little bit and is going to throw a few shots, and then obviously Casey can start getting his shots off and counter. I think Casey will probably be a little bit frustrated with this as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a case of winning a fight. It should be his 3rd victory. I say I'd like to see him do a little bit more, Dan, to be honest, as I would with most boxers trying to impress. You know what I mean? It's the point was coming in just playing a game of chess and grind and having a fight that wouldn't excite too many people. Although, like you're saying, I'm not here to call anyone, we're just saying, surely if the guy puts a bit of a show on, he should attract more support and more interest. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I think the thing is Casey's got the skills, he's got the experience, and I think that's why we're calling for it, because you can see that he's very skilled. He's got a lot more in the locker room. We'd just like to see it. But like I say, I think when he starts stepping up the levels, when he has fighters that are going to throw shots back at him, I think that's where he'll start letting his quality show as well. At the minute, against someone like Josh don't want to get him involved in a fight. He backs off, he turns his shoulder, he holds well. So it is difficult, and Casey will learn as he goes on. He learns to open guys like this up as well.
Yeah, I suppose our unofficial verdict then. 4 rounds to Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 4 rounds of super middleweight action. Referee Jamie Patrick has judged this particular contest to be 40 points to 36 points for your winner. Now defeated in pre-professional contest heading from the nation, KC. We appreciate it, Joshua.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.